Hey you guys, welcome to another episode of Wake Up to Level Up. This is your girl, Callaghan, and I am sitting here just trying to figure out like what the hell happened this week because so many crazy things are happening and this is all unexpected, right? The coronavirus, super unexpected. We've heard about it, I've heard about it, try not to listen to the news too much, but I didn't think it was going to affect us the way that it did. Now, coming from a place of owning a salon, of having people that work with me and having to provide clients for those people, I don't know about you, but it makes me feel a little bit uneasy. And through this process, I think I personally feel pretty financially secure. I feel okay. I feel like we're going to get through this. This is just like a little dip in the thing that we are experiencing called life. So I personally thought it would be a good idea to help you guys try to maybe gain some different perspectives on how you guys can create multiple streams of income in your own business, because I know that for me, if I didn't have these other streams of revenue coming in, I wouldn't feel as secure as I'm feeling right now. And it's not to say that I feel like this is great. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that I just want to help. That's all I want to do. I just want to help you guys maybe think of certain ways of how you guys can get into a position, if you're not there already, to create multiple streams of income coming in on a consistent basis. So that way, not only can you just make more money in general, but when things like this happen, you guys aren't freaking out. And again, I'm not saying that you are freaking out, but I do get a lot of messages, and I see it in our Wake Up to Level Up for Beauty Business Babes Facebook group that people are on edge right now. And so all I'm trying to do is just help open up my little world to you guys, and hopefully you guys can pick bits and pieces of what it is that I'm sharing with you guys so you guys can implement that into your business. Now, the reason why I have multiple streams of income coming in is because I've been doing this for 6 years. It's not something that happened overnight. These are thoughts that came to me when I was trying to figure out, okay, what can I do to expand my business? What problems are my clients or audience, what are they having? How can I solve those problems for them in a way that feels really good for me and that is super impactful for them? And based upon that information, I did my own research. I hired people to help me for certain things, and I've been able to create about 6 different ways to bring income into my space. So first and foremost, I would ask myself, 1, what is something that I'm really, really good at? What is something that I'm really good at? So if there's something that people are constantly saying like, hey girl, you are so good at creating content, or you are so good with your newsletters, or you are so good with X, Y, or Z, then maybe you want to create content surrounding that. The second thing I would ask myself is, what are people actually going to pay for? Is this something that a product or service that people would actually pay for? Is it something that they actually need? And is it something that I actually like to do, right? Because you could do it for the money, but that's not going to be sustainable for the most part. So I would try to ask myself those questions and see what kind of things you come up with. Try not to do all the things is another recommendation that I have, because I've been there and it just didn't work out that well. So I would really niche down and figure out like, okay, what am I really good at? What are people going to pay for, etc. And like, is this something that I actually do love to do? And then you have basically the product or the service that is magic for you, and you can be known as the expert for that particular thing, because if you're good at it, you like it, people need it, and they're going to pay for it, or they're willing to pay for it, then that is where we need to be at. So another thing before I start is be different. Be different. I know that there are so many coaches out there, so many programs out there, so many things happening, and everyone is going to do their own thing. But what I do see a lot of is people just copying each other, which in a sense, we gain inspiration from other people, right? That's just naturally, whether it's subconscious or conscious, that's what we do. We get inspiration from other people. But what I would do is dive in a little bit deeper. If there's something that somebody's doing that you're like, yes, girl, like that's awesome, that's great. There's nothing really wrong with that, right? Now, if you're taking their stuff and copying and pasting it, like that's a problem. I would say that when you do that, you're not only doing that other person a disservice, but you're also doing yourself a disservice, because then you're diluting your own creativity, your own ability to show up in this world a little bit differently and in a way that, is special and unique. What is your gift? What can you provide to this world? And how can you make whatever offering it is different from everybody else. And I would also think about like targeting, right? Who are you going to target this to? What does that person need? What is the language that they're speaking? Like, what can you create for that particular person, that avatar that you're creating in your mind? All right, so now that we got the foundation down, let's dive into how to create multiple, not necessarily how to, but like what are some ideas for you to create multiple revenue streams within your business? So the first thing that I have is the salon, right? I'm trading time for money in that regard. I have to actually physically be there in order for me to make money. Now that I have employees, and I've had employees for a while now, I don't physically have to be there, but of course the cost of having that is a lot more. So the salon is, in my opinion, still like time for money in my eyes until like we're able to grow massively. Our salon is doing well, but it's not doing as well as it's done in other years because I've really focused and shifted into the online space. So that's one way that we're able to create income. And I can dive in deeper too in the salon, like how to create more income within the salon through memberships, packages, retail. If you want, please leave it in the comments or in the reviews below, or DM me at IM_Callaghan, and I can go in deeper with that. The second way I'm able to create another revenue is through our spray tan classes. So spraytanclass.com, we offer online courses, which is basically making money and passive income as I sleep, creating one-on-one courses. So I have about, at this point, I think it's 13 trainers around the US and Canada that are able to help women start and grow their spray tanning businesses. So we offer one-on-one training for that. So that, again, it's not me doing the training, although I did do that for a long time. I have delegated that work on. And so again, that's another way for us to create income together. The last thing is our group training. So we have something called the Slay the Spray Tours. So I travel to different parts of the country to be able to host trainings for people that are interested in learning from me or learning from the girls that are there, and just having a group setting. So that is another way that we're able to create revenue for ourselves. The next bucket is our marketing classes and coaching. So I started doing one-on-one coaching a while ago. I no longer even offer this anymore just because I am so busy with other things, and again, it's trading the time for money. So what I decided to do was create a membership model. Because I couldn't help everybody one-on-one, I decided to create a group setting. So Wake Up to Level Up Mastermind. It's all online. It's a virtual mastermind experience. WooLooMastermind.com is the website. If you guys want to go check it out, you guys can see what that looks like. This is a great way that's affordable for a lot of my clients to go into if they're interested in learning more about marketing and mindset. So this is geared for beauty business professionals. So if you guys can see, I'm being very specific on the offering of who it's for, what it is, and that way they can make the decision on whether or not they want to be a part of that. Super affordable per month type of passive income that I'm getting, right? I create 3 to 4 different trainings every single month. I put it on the group in the portal, and they're able to access it as much as they want, anytime that they want. Another way is creating marketing classes on the Spray Tan Class website, because I know that the marketing piece is so under-taught. I don't know if that's the right term, but that's the term that I'm going to use right now. It is under-taught. It's not taught very often in the sunless industry. So I think putting that out there has allowed me to create this content basically one time and maybe update it every so often. But people are allowed to go on there and just purchase a $50 course, whatever it is that they want to learn. So whether they want to learn how to create, things on Canva, how to create newsletter marketing, for example, like there's so many different courses on there. And so that is another way that I'm able to create passive income. The other way is the one-on-one coaching, like I had mentioned. So this is something that you guys can do if you feel like you are able to help other people in whatever realm of the world you're in. But again, like, use your own integrity. Like, if you don't feel that you are ready to do this, don't jump into that realm yet. Maybe take a course. I took courses to actually get certified in coaching, and I took Tony Robbins courses. I did a lot of personal development courses. I spend way too much money, honestly, on courses, but like, I feel more confident in putting myself out there in that way when I feel secure in terms of like what it is that I'm doing. So just be mindful of that. I personally no longer take one-on-one courses or coaching clients. I just do the Wooloo Mastermind. The other way that we're able to create income is using a product. So I created a product. It is not private labeled. It is a product that I created with a chemist. It is for the people that are already in my niche, so my audience. It's something that I saw that they really needed. Obsidian Dark is what we started with. It's like a really, really dark, rich, delicious solution that I kept on seeing people are like, hey, the solution doesn't get dark enough, the solution doesn't get dark enough. So I was like, you know what, let's just go big or go home. So I think I just did things kind of ass backwards, but I wanted to solve that problem. So instead of creating like a light solution at first, I created just the dark solution. And that worked out really, really well because I was solving a problem that I already knew the clients needed or my audience needed. And Obsidian has been selling like crazy. So I decided to create a light and medium version because I know that some of you guys that are in the Midwest or in other areas that maybe people don't want to be as dark, that is an option for you guys. And I also just recently created a mousse. So the Obsidian line is growing. I will say with product, it is going to be a lot more costly for you to create a product depending on like what you do, how you do it. I really don't make too much money off of the product itself, to be quite honest with you, when it comes down to labels and shipping and creating the product and all of these things that I'm paying for that you guys don't even see behind the scenes. Like, it's a shit ton of money, but I love it because I love the product. Like, all we use at Slay Beauty Bar now is Obsidian, and I love the product. So I'm not going to take it away. I think it's going to stay here, and I love it. So the next way we're able to create income is through the Wake Up to Level Up live event. So the live event is happening in September. This is a way that it is very stressful, to be honest with you, to create an event like this, but it's for beauty business professionals. So again, it's the audience that I'm already serving. It's something that we need. It's a live event, connection, opportunities to network. It's an opportunity for you to grow and transform into a higher state of being, because we do talk a lot about marketing and mindset and all of the things that like these 6 and 7 figure women who are super successful in the beauty business are already doing and are willing to share with you as speakers. So I'm really excited to have this event every single year. Even though last year we didn't make money. Full transparency, we didn't make money. And so a lot of like my mindset was like, well, why am I doing this? I know I freaking love it. It's so soul fulfilling, but it's so stressful too. It's the most stressful thing I've ever done, besides going through a separation. And like this one though was a lot more fulfilling than like honestly anything that I've ever done. And so while it financially didn't really make sense for me, I feel like we're going to get there. I think I just need to be more aware of how to create more revenue through this, and I think I figured out a couple of ways on how to do that, and maybe not spending so much money, because I was spending a shit ton of money trying to make this event so perfect, and it was so amazing, and I'm so like thankful that I did it. But eventually I hope that this would continue to grow. I really don't want it to be massive, but I want it to create really, really strong impact for the women that are there. So I want to keep it at like a small number of people, like 200-ish, but I still want to be able to understand how I can create an income off of this. But for you guys who are listening right now who are like, well, that doesn't help me, Cal. There are women like Sarah Ordo, for example. There's another woman that I work with here. Her name's Jessica. Both of them, they create small brunches. They create small brunches in their cities that allow them to make a little bit of income. So they sell the tickets for approximately like $20, $30, $40, $50, $60. It depends on what event it is. And they're able to have like 50 to 100 people at their events, that sort of thing. And when you don't spend that much money on like the event and like the venue and all of the things, like you can make some money doing it, and you can also get sponsors involved, so you can make money in that regard too. So there's so many different ways, and again, I can dive in deeper in another episode. If you're interested in creating events in your area, please let me know. I would love to dive in. And then the last way that I want to talk about is affiliate marketing. You can become an ambassador, like a brand ambassador for brands that you absolutely love. I will say that if you do this, make sure it is a brand that you truly believe in. Make sure that you've already used their product or service before you start, putting stuff out there, or even asking them to become a part of your, revenue stream or a part of your business. Because I think it's important to be really specific about who your audience is and what kind of value you can provide to them when it comes to this. Because I see people who have like a bunch of different things that they promote, but some of it doesn't make sense. I'm like, well, why are you promoting like so many different things? Because now your audience is confused, and now they don't trust you. They think that you're spammy. So aside from all of the things that I just mentioned that I personally do for my business, I only work with 2 other brands to promote their services to create income for myself. So typically these brands will create like a code for you. They'll create a link for you. I do have people working for me for Obsidian or the spray tan classes, and they make money, helping us promote the business. So, and full transparency too, like be okay with saying like, hey, I work with this brand, I do make money, this is an ad, you know. I don't think anyone should knock you down for being a business owner and trying to create more income if you believe in that product, if you believe in that service, if you believe that this can help. Again, I've had multiple brands reach out to me and they're like, hey Kelly, I want to work with you, yada yada yada, and either I don't believe in their brand, I've never used their brand, or they just don't even want like to have me try out their brand. Like they want me to buy their stuff and then determine whether like I like it or not. I just don't feel aligned with that. I don't feel good about that. I really want to work with brands that I, again, truly believe in. So that's why when you guys hear the Organifi ad in here in the Wake Up to Level Up podcast, you know, that is a brand that I work with. And so you just have to be very specific with who it is that you're working with, because again, you don't want to just like lose trust because you're promoting too many things or things that don't seem like they're a good fit for what it is that you do and what you believe in. I wrote down a couple of different ideas for you guys too. I know that this was a lot, but I really hope that you guys are just keeping an open mind and choosing what works for you. There are a couple of different things that I did when I first started my mobile spray tanning business. I used to model on the side, so that's something you can do if you feel like you want to. I also was a brand ambassador, so I would go and like, I don't know, find a business or a company that hired brand ambassadors for other brand, like for brands, for specific brands. A lot of them were like alcohol, for example, which I personally wouldn't do anymore because again, I don't believe in that. I don't want to promote that, but it's just an example of what is possible for you. So like you can choose to become a brand ambassador for anything, honestly. I also worked for Uber and Lyft for about 6 months, 9 months, I don't even remember. It's been a while. And so I did that on the side there. They allow you to become a driver and you can turn on and off that app whenever you want. So that's another way that you can make income. Now with the coronavirus and stuff like that, I don't know that you want to do that, but that's just an idea again. And some other opportunities that I have for you is, one, if you've taken a course with Spray Tan Class, I do have brand ambassadors that I do work with. So if you're interested in having a code, if you believe in, you know, the service, if you believe in the product, even Obsidian, we have brand ambassadors that work for us. Now, I only pick a select few people. Like I don't give this code out to everybody. So I definitely want to make sure you're a good fit. But if you want to reach out to me, you guys can at Iam_Kellyann. The last thing that I wanted to mention here is, I know I don't do the one-on-one trainings or the one-on-one coaching anymore for beauty business professionals. However, I felt like at this very moment in time, I think it is a good opportunity for you to take a step back, look at your overall business, see what kind of holes that you can fill, like what kind of problems you can solve, and try to create videos, PDFs, trainings, audio stuff, like whatever you can create that you feel like would benefit somebody else or a large group of people, then you definitely want to try to create that so that way you can make passive income. And I would love to help you guys out with this. So if you feel a little stuck on this, if you're like, Kelly, I can't really think about any way, like I can't see that, I don't have the vision for that right now, I would love to help you guys. I'm only going to choose 5 people to help out though. So I have an application process that you guys would need to run through. And basically what this would allow you guys to do is work with me one-on-one. We would dive into your business, what you have going on right now. I would go over everything with you in terms of like what possible scenarios are there for you to create passive income, to create more income on a consistent basis. And so this can come in different forms, but we're at least at the very minimum going to have 2 that I'm going to suggest to you. Then from there, out of those 2 for the first hour, that's going to be what we're going to be working on. The second hour is going to be how to implement that into your business. And we can work on timelines and that sort of thing. So it's going to be a 2-hour session. It's going to be $150, which is actually half of the price that I normally pay, but I'm only going to allow 5 people to join. So I really want to help you guys, especially right now. While this might take a little bit of time to create, I want you guys to think of the long-term success that this could have. I want you to think of the long-term possibilities that this can have, because once you know how to implement this, whether it's an online training course, a product creation, whatever, as soon as you know how to do this, you can replicate this as many times as you want. If something like the coronavirus were to happen again, I would hope that having these multiple streams of income would help alleviate a lot of that stress that you have going on possibly right now. So this is why I'm doing this. I'm not going to be doing this for more than 5 people. I hope that you guys take advantage of it. It is going to be an application process. So if you're not chosen, please don't be mad at me. I love you guys. It's not anything personal. It's just like I want to make sure that it's a right fit and that I'm able to help somebody who is really, really like a solid 10 on creating, you know, this type of income for themselves and really going to put in the effort that it takes to create this, because again, it's not easy. It is simple. It's just not easy. It takes a lot of time, energy, and stuff. So I really hope this helps you guys. Let me know if you guys have any other questions. I am so excited to see what comes of this and really work with you guys. So thanks so much. I love you guys long time, and I hope that you guys know that you guys are going to be safe. You guys are going to be okay. You guys are safe right now, and everything is going to just go through this time. We're going to get through this together. We're going to get through this, and we'll be fine. I promise you guys. I know that sometimes when you're in this type of crazy anxiety, stress, and all of these like negative emotions, it's really hard to see the outcome, but we are going to get through this, and you will be okay. So I'll talk to you guys soon.